All right, I'm live. I thought I was gonna do a 30-second countdown, but it didn't. But it's okay. Hey, welcome back, guys. It's Tone Seven Sports Channel. Let's ready to get this thing started. The season about to start. We already had the Hall of Fame game and whatnot. Now we're about to come into some real preseason games starting tomorrow. Might be one tonight. I'm not for sure. Y'all know that primarily I'm just strictly Cowboys, but I do like to talk about the league quite often and other teams, just to keep it diverse. So um, let's start this year off right and just talking about something that I really have been pondering after me listening to sports channels. Uh, the influx of what's going on in Dallas with the CD and Dak and they're throwing Michael Parsons out there or whatnot, and each player at each position wants to be the top player at their selected position. And we have seen this now with Joe Burrow, um, Trevor Lawrence, Jordan Love, Tua Tagovailoa, all topped out at 55 million. And maybe that is the max that everybody will get. In particular, because neither one of these teams have actually won the Super Bowl. Joe Burrow, I think he made it to the Super Bowl but lost, or made it to the championship and lost, or whatnot. But we will see. And now, this is really sparked my interest dealing with the fact that I'm a Cowboys fan, and now we have Dak coming back to the table after being getting paid and being one of the highest quarterbacks paid at his position just 4 years ago or 3 years ago or whatnot. Uh, and now we have CD Lamb wanting to be paid more than Justin Jefferson, and I have my issues with that. Well, not really issues, but just my opinion. And I've said this in my short, where it said point valid, where as far as Justin Jefferson, just a slight discrepancy. Jordan Jefferson are breaking NFL records. CD Lamb, you're breaking franchise records. Two, yes, you are the number one receiver, and last year displayed that with how many completions or targets you got and completions over everyone else, and it was insurmountable. And I say that you were sports fed in a sense. And it's not because the fact that you was outright the best receiver. It's just the fact that that's who Dak chose to go to. You was the go-to guy, so you are number one. So that's just my argument when I'm trying to be non-biased in a sense. Do you deserve to get your money? Yes, you deserve to get paid. I absolutely agree. Do you deserve to be above Justin Jefferson? No, I don't think so, because of just what I said. That simple fact that Justin Jefferson is out here breaking NFL records. He's on a Hall of Fame track, and you're a solid receiver for our team. But I don't think that you get to jump over Justin Jefferson. But I do think that you deserve to be up there with Jordan Jefferson and Amon St. Rob, somewhere in between or right there at it. I'm not even going to talk about Michael Parsons, because really they don't have to pay him just yet. Would it be nice to get him over and done with early? Yes. Uh, and at the same time, while mentioning all the other quarterbacks in particular, because they really drive the market in a sense, and is always the next man up that deserves to get paid the highest. And this is what draws me to this opinion or this thought, that the NFL owners are going to come together, maybe not this year, maybe next year, with the NFLPA, and they're going to start having max player deals at each position, and that this is something that's going to reflect what the NBA do with star players, or players at that, and really star players that play at a high that performs real well, and that's going to cut back on a lot of this running up the market, so to say, of next man up particularly quarterback or all positions, and so to say that I deserve to be the next highest paid defensive end. I deserve to be the next highest paid wide receiver, and so on and so on. You get my drift. And this is what they do in the NBA when I know that these are two different sports. And NBA is definitely a team, but a individual player can be a star. So to say, as in LeBron James or Kyrie Irving or James Harden got the max deal, Kevin Durant, all the Steph Curry, all these guys got max player deals, but they had to play for that and perform for that at a certain level once their rookie contract or their first contract was up. But also keep in mind, remember how they changed the draft picks when the number one draft picks and how they was getting all of this money. I forgot how many years ago it was. I need to pull out my tablet and see when did that start and when did it change, so to say, that because so many teams was getting burned with top draft picks being a bust, in particular quarterbacks being a bust because these guys was not pro ready. That they changed the structure of the top 5, top 10 draft picks or whatnot. So so that especially with the deals, the options of when a top draft pick can be up for the next contract and how much they get starting off, and which is still lucrative, but it's not the max deals that they was paying when you're talking about the early 90s and early 2000s or whatnot. So I can see this coming down the pipe maybe next season, or it could be talked about. I don't know, but I'm just putting something out there that may be noteworthy and catch fire. I think it's a nice hot topic for other podcasters and content creators to talk about, and I like the fact that this is something original. So you heard it first from me, that this could potentially it could potentially be a cap limit to each position, starting with the most important, which they say the quarterback is the most important position on the field, and it has to start with them, and then everyone else is going to follow suit accordingly in every other position, and then it's going to be based on your performance, your resume, and your projection going forward, and what have you done for me lately, like Tua, like the Dak Prescotts, like the Jordan Loves. You got hot, like Jordan Love got hot the second half of the season and beat my Cowboys. That MVP candidate, but a lackluster playoff performance 3 years in a row. Trevor Lawrence, one playoff appearance, basically everything's based off what his potential, his projection is going to be, and his potential, especially coming out of college. And Tua, with that high-paced offense and offensive scheme, doesn't have the best arm strength, but they was good. But did they even make the playoffs last year? I don't even know. I don't follow them like that. I know they struggled. They had struggles just like the Cowboys for the most part of not beating top tier teams last year. That's what I do know. So I'm just kind of throwing some things out there, and I'm throwing this topic out there to spark debate and for people to further elaborate it as more knowledgeable than I am, and probably have more experience in talking about this, and that it does catch. And I just wanted to get this out here before it even comes up, because that tends to happen with me a lot, where I might think of something and don't capitalize on it. And it's not because I just want to be first, just because that's what I think it just pops up in my head when I'm listening to the ESPNs and all the 11 networks and other podcasters and just what they're talking about. And I might spin something off of that and just be like, light bulb go, man, like, this is this is my insight on this as being an NFL fan, a football fan, a Dallas Cowboy fan, and just being in tune on with the latest news and what's the latest buzz. And I know a lot of this stuff is just narrated. It's just full of narratives, and is really not actual fact. So this is just something that I see possible. But I'm going to keep this going, and let's talk about our Cowboys in my next take. This is Tone Setter. Like, share, subscribe if you like the point of topic. Also, if you do create content, have your own podcast, you see this title, elaborate on it. Peace. I'm out.